I want you to look in the bottom left-hand corner of this screen and watch that bioenergy. And I'm going to show you something that is so ridiculous that Daniel can do. Your jaw is going to drop. You ready? He is going to keep his bioenergy so high and spam a gabillion things, and he's never going to run out. He can do this all day long. You're going to be like, what in the heck is going on? This is broken. It's because it is, and it never stops. He will never... He doesn't run out. You can keep this going forever. You can just keep spamming. And you can get a ton of good creatures out. And then on top of that, they all have energy leech, which makes me even stronger. This overclock stuff is nuts, and it's definitely a really great way to play Daniel. And let me tell you, it is winning me a ton of games. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay? Hello, everyone. My name is SwingPoynt, and welcome to Resident Evil Resistance. This is the multiplayer game bundled with Resident Evil 3. And I'm so excited to finally come back to Daniel. Daniel builds were like the first two videos that I made on this channel was Unstoppable Daniel, which is his endurance skill, and then it was the 1-bite KO Daniel, and we haven't touched him since. It's been like 3 months, almost 4 months since we've done a Daniel video. So I'm really excited to finally have something that works really well on him that we can share. So I'm going to show you what the skills are, I'm going to show you the equipment, I'm going to show you the deck, and I'm going to explain why we do what we do, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like at a match so you can kind of see it in practice, okay? So let's get started with his fever skill and work down. So for his fever skill, the Tyrant or Mr. X, we're gonna run Brutality. Reason why we run Brutality is due to the opportunity cost. If you pick Wind Up or you pick Intercept, it's not that they aren't great, it's that you lose out on the really fast hook punches, and those can be a really big deal and help you clear an entire team. For his first passive, we're going to run Rend. And the reason why we're doing a Rend is because it makes it so bites are more powerful, and we're going to have a lot of creatures. Now look very closely, it says greatly increases grab attack damage dealt by controllable creatures. So that means any creature that you can control, whether or not you're controlling it, is going to benefit from the damage. Because if you take a look at Sadist here, it says increases damage dealt by controlled creatures. That's very intentional. So this means every single creature on the map is going to do that extra 50% bite damage, which is awesome. That's going to go from 350 base damage up to 525 per bite, which is a really big deal because the way the bites work is if they're within a certain threshold of the survivor's health that's remaining, they'll down them completely even if they have more than 525 health remaining. As long as it's close enough, they'll still down them. So that extra damage goes a long way. Okay? For his second passive here, you have a couple of options. I'm choosing Endurance because I like being able to have a bunch of zombies all going around and then have that one that is really hard to deal with and go and get some swipes in. You could try Invincible, do what you like. I preferred Endurance. What's really nice about this build is since it's an economy build, you have a bunch of options with what you can do. Go ahead and try out Sadist. Go ahead and try out Invincible. I prefer Endurance. The real kicker of this build is this Area 2 card, Overclock. What Overclock does is it allows you to immediately gain some bioenergy, but it makes it so you can't earn any bioenergy passively as time goes on. So what you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner when you activate it is that there's going to be a huge surge of bioenergy. You're going to get like 3 bioenergy points, but then there's going to be a timer. During that timer, you are not able to passively gain bioenergy, but you can still use more overclocks, and if any of your creatures have energy leech, you can still get bioenergy that way. So because of that, that's how we're able to get infinite bioenergy on Daniel and then have an insurance policy in case we run out by using energy leech. It's great and it's ridiculous and it makes Daniel so fun, and you're gonna have fun with it too. For his Area 3 skill, you got options here. You could run the Armored Zombie. The problem with the Armored Zombie though is that he's a little expensive, and the way we're running this build is we have a bunch of cheap creatures. I'm gonna get into that with the deck. You can change it up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to run Caltrops because it'll slow people down. You can place it anywhere in the map, and it gives you an opportunity to really dig into them when you're using your Endurance Zombie. Okay? So instead of equipment, we're going to go to the deck right away so you can understand why we're doing what we're doing here, because the equipment's always going to complement the deck and the skills. So in terms of the deck, the pillars of this build include the Efficiency mod creatures because it takes all your creatures and lowers their cost by 1, and then Shuffle mod partial. You need Shuffle mod if you're going to do this because Shuffle mod will keep taking those other 2 cards in your hand and cycle them both out. And that'll make it so that you can get Overclock to show up in your hand way more often, okay? Without Shuffle Mod, this doesn't work. You need to have Shuffle Mod. So your deck's gonna have 2 mods and 2 anything else cards. And because of Shuffle Mod, if you spend a card, the other card's going away. So you're gonna go through your deck much faster, which allows you to get those overclocks in. And then on top of that, you're gonna have Clone. So Clone is gonna allow you to double up as well. Clone will make it so that if you get an overclock, there's a chance you're gonna get another overclock right after it, which is a really big deal. And then we're gonna have Discount in there. Discount is gonna make everything in your deck cost 1 less. And with the pace of this build and how quickly you can get bioenergy back, you're easily gonna make up those 2 bioenergy points you have to spend, because heck, if you just use these 2 sprays, you're already caught up. And then if you spawn any of your creatures, you're benefiting from it. And usually what you do is you go bam, 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 and you're easily making up your discount cost. For the creatures, I ran 4 creatures. We did try having a camera shield in here due to all the malware jams. When we did that, I felt like we weren't getting enough creatures out, so I ended up putting 4 creatures in. Each creature is a low-cost creature. They all cost 3 by default, but when you go ahead and use discount and then you have creature mod efficiency in here, then they're all going to cost 1. And then Crawler's really nice to have because he always costs 0, and it makes it really easy to cycle to make it so you can get more overclocks running in your deck. Now, I do want to add in, if you want to, you could throw in a Tough Zombie. He's going to cost a little bit more, but what it's going to do is it's going to give you much more powerful creatures that can take a much bigger beating, which is good with endurance. One thing that this deck will struggle with is if you get a lot of damage coming from the survivors. Sam, comboed up with a Martin, is going to do a really good job against this, because Martin will hold him in place, and then Sam will just do too much damage, because all the creatures have a low amount of health. The Tough Zombies might help mitigate that. Okay? So now onto the equipment here that complements this deck. Let's start from the bottom up. We're going to run Viral Canister 3. Viral Canister 3, from what I was able to test, increases infection rates by 33%. Because typically, if you're standing within a poison aura, it takes 15 seconds to reach poison level 1. Well, with Viral Canister 3, it takes 10 seconds, so that's about 33%. And if you recall, they did nerf infection on creatures a little while ago, and they made it so that creatures that are infectious don't do more infection damage per swipe just because they're infectious. But that doesn't mean that Viral Canister isn't going to affect their swipes, because every time you do damage to a survivor with a swipe or a bite, the amount of damage that you do kind of reflects how much infection you do, so technically doing more damage helps you do more infection. But Viral Canister will still affect swipes and it'll still affect bites. So this is going to make it so the survivors have way more to deal with their coughing, with their blue herb economy, etc., etc. For the second piece here, we're going to run Fresh Blood 3. Because we're going to have so many creatures, we want them biting. And because we're running Rend, and Rend makes your bites more powerful, we want them biting. Bite, 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 bite. Then we're going to run Resilient Skin 3 to give them a little bit more health, because we got a bunch of squishy creatures out there. And again, you could switch in a Tough Zombie if you want to. And then decided to go Enhanced Brain, because we tested out Enhanced Brain a little bit. And something I noticed with creatures as they spawn in without Enhanced Brain is they'll rise up and they're like, ugh, and then they'll finally start standing up. With Enhanced Brain, they come out of the ground and it's probably like, okay, and I'll stand up. Without Enhanced Brain, it just gets a little too slow. And part of how you're doing this build is you're just spawning a bunch of stuff real fast, and you want them to be able to react fast, especially if the survivors are moving quickly. In the lab real quick, I want to show you what I mean about creature damage affecting infection rates. So right now, this dealer has no damage buffs. She's going to do 120 damage per swipe. So let's beat up Tyrone here and see how many swipes it takes for him to get his first level of infection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it took him 9 swipes to get infected. So now let's add some damage onto the dealer, and you'll see how many swipes it takes. So now I'm going to have Sadist on, and then a bunch of attack power. And now let's go back into the lab there, and you'll see how the infection changes just because of attack damage. So we're back with Tyrone. Now we have a bunch of attack damage. Again, we're not running any viral canisters or anything like that. This is purely to show attack damage causing more infection. So it took 9 swipes before. Let's see how many it takes now. 1, 2, 3, 4. See what I mean? So I don't know if everybody knows that, but attack damage does affect your infection rate. So now I want to show you in the lab what I mean by viral canister still affecting the infection that you do with just the swipes. So I took Sadist off, and we're only running Vital Canister 3. So let's go into the lab here, and you'll see that it takes less than 9 swipes, even though you're still doing only 120 damage, okay? So since Miss Dealer here is doing, theoretically, 33% more infection per swipe, it's probably going to take her 6 swipes. It might take 7 based off of a little bit of rounding, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. There you go. So that's why we are running the extra infection, because keep in mind, you're going to be able to do that. Your bites are going to cause more infection as well. And then also, you're going to have the infection aura over the top. All right, so we have ourselves a map on Abandoned Park. What do I want to pick here? I have double liquor on one of my presets. I don't think I want it. I think I'm going to run my infection preset. Oh God, I don't have my, I don't have the setup proper because I was doing testing stuff. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, let's get this in real quick. Means fresh blood 3. That means creature. Means enhanced brain. Oh, thank goodness. So I have Overclock, I have Caltrops, Endurance, Rend. Okay, we're good. Now your biggest nightmare when you play as Daniel is going to be Martin. No Martin, you're in a good spot. Real good spot. They can still mess with you if they have a Pyrone and a Sam, but like, Martin is just so much to deal with, because especially Mixtape Martin. I hate him. I hate Mixtape Martin. Let's see what we can do here. If they don't get to Area 2, I might just end up pulling a stream video, because I'm pretty sure we had a couple of them get to Area 2. At least you don't have a Sam, but if this is a Pyrone, it's going to be tough. So we'll see. They'll probably get to Area 2, just based off of their comp. I like this Daniel build. I like my Spencer build way more. The Super Spam Spencer, I think, outperforms Daniel here, but this is still really strong, and it's still going to win you a ton of games. So if you're trying to level up your Daniel, keep this in mind. But I do prefer, for straight up winning purposes, I prefer Super Spam Spencer.
I have many fun adventures lined up.
Now, Area 1, you don't have Overclock, right? So you don't. Oh my God, Jan's already out here. She's probably running Overclock.
All the fun things that the modern world will offer us.
Now, I'm going to try to get Energy Leech on all my creatures here. What do we got? Oh, here comes Jan. Trying to be clever, huh? She's probably running malware.
The perfect machine for this endeavor.
Which is when we'd really like to have the camera shield, which is what this build started with, but we're taking the risk without. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of muffs here, which is really good for me. Okay, she's malwaring again for sure. Oh, get in there.
This really is not a very
Melee Martin, huh?
way of ending your
Alright, we're trying to get infection on all of them right now. There we go. Ooh, come here. Oh, that was close. Okay, well, he'll be ready for later.
That could be a key.
Oh, what are you doing? You just dicking with me? Okay, I'm gonna try to relock. Okay, we got Jan here. And she's probably malwaring everything. Oh, she had malware this, so I can try to resist him on this side. I'll take it.
That's Phil. If that
The energy leech helped it out a lot with our. Yeah, let's get that off. Helped out a lot with our economy. So we're just gonna try to keep resisting here. I'll get an imposter because he's fun to deal with. I'd like to get. Oh, I'm already at max creature here. I wanted to get infection, but it looks like I'm not getting it. Part of the reason why we have the dealer is to help with the economy, by the way, because it helps lower their economy. Ooh, they're all popping. Oh wow, did that kill all of them? Okay, let's grab you. Get some more swipes in. Now, Tyrone has reduced damage on us right now with his ult, meaning that I'm not gonna be able to do as much infection damage. So I'm just gonna try to keep resisting on every corner that I can, make their life really hard, maybe hurt their economy a little bit, right? Again, I'm expecting these guys to get to Area 2 just by nature of them.
This really is not a very efficient way of ending your life.
Just by nature of their composition. I can try to resist them on the stairs up here, which is really annoying for them. And then resist them in the room. Let's get that infection going. Control a creature here so it has no knockback. Let's see if I can get Val over here. There we go. So controllable creatures will do it, so I don't need to be controlling her. That might even kill her over there. Did it? No, she resisted. Okay. So I'm gonna try to put some bananas over here for them, because they're gonna end up pulling through here, and I just want to keep resisting. Just keep making their life really hard. That's the whole point. So they're gonna start opening this up here soon.
Sometimes it's easiest just to do things yourself. You understand.
All right, Martin's getting bit. He might go down. Okay, Martin's down.
I confess.
So I'm gonna go in here and try to clean up Val because she's gonna like healing over here.
You know we set this up to tease you, do you not?
There it is.
We never really expected you to
All right,
get
let's grab you. Good kick. Good kick. Let's see if I can get a bite in. Oh, they were all in there. I thought one was still stuck in the locker room. Okay. Not a bad area one. I'll take it. So here's where Overclock kicks in and your economy goes crazy. This is an area 2 build. So I'm going to want to get Yorick in a better spot. Yeah, I don't like this right here. If I'm... Ooh, you know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to get a little greedy.
More fun and cool friends for
Ooh,
you.
teleportation trap. I got to set that up somewhere. It's going to mess up my economy, but I got to have it set up somewhere. It's just too good to resist. I'm going to see if I can mess them a little bit here. Hopefully they don't throw too many grenades at me. It's fine. Come on. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
It feels no pain. The perfect.
No! He threw a grenade! Oh, I was hoping they'd run into all my traps there. Okay. Oh my god, can I really not select you right now? Okay, let's see what we can do here. It's time to get out a bunch of creatures here, start getting our economy going. And then you can just cycle and cycle and cycle and cycle and go super crazy fast. What sucks right now is I can't move. Oh no. I made a bad mistake getting greedy with that Martin. Let's try to control you. Oh no, I made a huge mistake! Now I can't protect the door! Oh, I teleported some of them back though. Oh, I got them both back there, so I'm gonna go try back in here. I'm just gonna try to set up in here to make their life a little more hard. Oh no, I messed up so bad. Let's see if she backs off.
The things you have forced me to do. The stain of your...
I messed up so hard. Oh no. I thought I was gonna get him on the traps. I should have just set up proper. And now Mr. X is like so useless. So they're just gonna run away from him. Mr. X is easily the worst in the game. Like it's not even close. Because I have nothing I can do here now. They're just gonna run through everything. Mr. X is already a lost cause. Oh, I messed up so hard there. Okay, well, that's what I get for getting greedy. I want to get him on the traps, and then Martin saw him, and then Tyrone wasn't walking into him either. So, see if we can recover here, though. Just get a bunch of creatures in their way. I need to run Overclock. Get this in their way. Get this in their way. I gotta start controlling people here.
Sometimes it's easiest just to do things yourself.
I hop at anyone? Oh my god, I missed everyone. It's always the Martins, man. They're so tough to deal with. I like, because they... And we got malware Jan over here. I pretty much gave them area 2 by being done with Yorick, which really sucks.
So many of you left. More food for the undead.
Really sucks. And then Martin ults so fast. Like, he ults about every, I swear, minute when he goes full mixtape. And it makes him almost impossible to deal with. I'm gonna run this here, and then this, get everybody poisoned. Now I gotta bait out a kick here.
No pain.
Yep.
The perfect machine for this endeavor.
I'm not getting a lot of bites off, honestly, which is usually good for time.
Mine. Fuck you.
Let's see if we can get Valerie here. Yeah, that ult is still kicking in for Tyrone. But I gotta try to get this going in here.
You are blinded. Where are your enemies? Where are your friends?
Taking out this camera.
Dang. I really messed up in area 2 there. I think we can still recover, though. I got greedy. I should have pushed Yorick back. But I gave him a ton of time with those highly explosive landmines, and they just stood there, and I wasted my economy early. And then the really, really unlucky part was the camera rotation lock, and it was just out of Yorick, so I couldn't move him, and I just gave it to him.
To fight?
Okay, where are we going here?
The gravity of the game goes deeper.
Now we're gonna group up for healing, get rid of all that. So I can try to resist them right here a little bit. Just see what I can do. Let's get Caltrops going right here. Might not be a great thing. Gotta get Overclock while I can. And just start cycling as quickly as I can. Get a bunch of creatures out. Just to like get in their way. Let's get some poison going over the creature. Some more Overclock. Like, your economy is just so good with this build. Oh, I got Tyrone!
No pain.
Oh, they're gonna throw a bunch of grenades at me though.
See what you were going for?
Get up, get up, get up.
Quite nail it, though.
They have so much economy. Okay, 2 of them are down. I gotta do Mr. X here. And she already used her ult. Is this door locked? Hope so. Alright, hopefully Jan doesn't have a spray.
So it goes,
Doesn't look like it.
So it goes.
And Tyrone didn't. Oh. Tyrone didn't use his second wind if he has it, so. You can grab through this, by the way, which is why I'm trying to do that. See if any of them get a little risky with me. Well, they can shoot these creatures. Kind of surprised they're not. I'm just going to make them use up the 30 seconds here. Let's see if any of them get a little... Oh, why'd you waste that? Why'd you waste that? Oh, because you get him back so quickly, probably. Oh, I got Tyrone! So now I gotta waste something.
Step on these and they'll all be like, what?
Fate awaits right.
I'm gonna keep grabbing them. Make them use up their stuff. They have to get to the core. And Jan went down because of all the creatures that bit her. Nice! So you can see how quickly you can recover. Like, I think this is a great example of one of the strengths of this build. Is I messed up really bad in area 2. I pretty much gave them area 2 because
you had the chance for sacrifice.
Didn't set up the orc properly. I put everything in the beginning, and I was sitting here banking on highly explosive landmines because I thought it'd be funny. And then they were ready for it, and then they ulted through everything, and then they were able to clear area 2 with Malware Jan. So that brings in the idea of maybe you want to throw a camera shield in there. It's up to you. But I think something that really worked out for me was that in area 3 you could recover so quickly. All those creatures right there got in their way, and then I was able to time in Mr. X. A variation you could do is get rid of energy leech spray and then throw in a camera shield, and that could do you a lot of favors against Jans. What I love about this build is it's basically an economy build, which means you can do all sorts of mixing and matching with it. The whole point of this video really is to show you how to get the overclock combo going, and then you can just kind of make it your own after that, which I think is really cool. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if it works for you. Let me know if you run into it. I hope you guys enjoy it. We stream on twitch.tv/SwingPoynt every single night. Link is in the description. I'd love to see you over there. That's where we come up with these crazy builds if you want to be a part of that. And with that, I'll see you in the next video or next stream that we do around here.